Contract's been signed. I'm working on the revisions. I get them to you. Maybe we go through 3 rounds. What happens next?
We go through 3, so you sign with me, we do the edits, we feel really good about the project. Then comes the submission list, and I'm really transparent with my clients. So I will send who we're doing our first round submission to, the editor's name in the house. And then I will also send you the pitch that I'm actually sending to the editor so you can weigh in. And then we go out on submission, and I will tell you when we go out. I'll tell you what the response is. I'll send you any responses, and then we kind of just go from there, and we're out on submission. And then that process was a little fluid because depending on responses, it can kind of take a shape of its own.
So without getting into too many specifics, because I don't want to put you in a position where you can't answer giving away your secret
I don't want to give all my trade secrets away, but yeah.
But let's say, I don't know, if we do a first round of maybe 3, 5, what's a good first round look like, or is that a trade secret?
I don't know if it's a trade secret. I think it depends on the book and the genre a little bit. But I would say maybe like 10 could be good, 10 to 12. But it kind of depends on the book and the situation.
So if we get, 8 no's and 2 maybes, what do we do then? Do we keep submitting, or are we going to revisit the manuscript? When do you know it's a good idea to revisit the manuscript?
It really just depends how the author's feeling about the feedback, how I'm feeling about the feedback, and what the actual feedback is. I mean, the industry is really, really subjective. A book that sells could have 20 no's behind it, so it's not necessarily we got no's, we need to pull it or change it. But then again, the responses could maybe highlight an issue that we were blind to and that we do want to adjust before we go wider. So it kind of just depends on the situation and how we see what would make the most sense.
And then if I'm your neurotic client, hopefully I'm completely selling you on the idea that you do not want me for a client over the course of this conversation. But hopefully the ideal client is listening now and is making notes. But where was I going with that? If we're getting no's, is that just you're going to email me, or is it okay if I call you every 2 days and say, oh my God, I'm so nervous, will you just talk to me for a little bit and sing a song so I can breathe? How hands-on are you with your clients? How much interaction can we expect?
I'm pretty hands-on, but I definitely have the philosophy of, put your energy into things you can affect. You can't change how fast an editor is going to read. You can't change how they feel about a book. And if you're tied up, using all this mental power to think about this, you're not really able to work on anything else. So usually my advice when we go on submission is work on your next project and focus on that, because right now it's out of your hands. And I think that's just a better way to use your creative energy. That said, I do just forward responses on with my this is my thoughts on that. And then, I'm always happy to hop on the phone, and that's up to the client if they feel like they need it, if they're fine just reading the feedback. It kind of just depends. I always tell authors, if we ever need to schedule a phone call, just, let me know, and then we'll hop on the phone.
How much is too much? If I want to call you every day, is that too much?
It depends what the situation is. There could be a situation where that warrants it, like we need to talk every day, but I definitely don't think that's always going to be the case. So that might be a lot. But yeah,
I need somebody to live watch Tiger King with me so we can go back.
Right.
Is that cool?
That might not be where I'm, but maybe that kind of sounds fun. So never say never, So yeah, I think just respect that. I think most of my clients are really great in realizing that they are my priority, but I also have numerous clients. So just to recognize that balance, in that, when something's time sensitive, that's going to get my attention. And then when it's their time sensitive thing, that's a good thing because they have all my attention. But sometimes it's going to be someone else's time sensitive thing, and that's where my attention will be.